Check it out, guys. Part 3 of a 5-part series on my exciting social media investment strategy. How to get qualified leads through my system and my strategy and convert those leads into sales. It's very, very exciting. Part 3 is how to get qualified leads on all of your platforms. And more importantly, how to convert those qualified leads into sales. Stay tuned. Very exciting. Now for the introduction. Check it out, guys. Welcome to the Martial Arts of Sales. This is part 3 of a 5-part series on how to use my social media investment strategy to help you accomplish 3 things. 1, getting qualified leads. Number 2, converting those leads into sales. And number 3, more importantly, increasing your monthly cash flow. Isn't that what it's all about? Before we get into the topic, if you're watching this on YouTube, please hit the subscribe button below. If you like this video, smash the like button, do share with others, and I do appreciate constructive feedback. Now, part 3, how to get qualified leads on your social media platforms. Here's one of the things that I've learned. The bloodline of every business, whether you're a startup company or an existing business of 20 years, the bottom line is this. Qualified leads that turn into customers, right? That's what it is all about. And if you're able to consistently do both of those things, guess what happens? Your monthly cash flow increases, your annual revenue increases, the profits is depending on your expenses, and bottom line, whatever your investment is, you're looking to get a high return on your investment. It's very simple business. I call it the 7 pillars of business. But those who are on social media, the most important thing you need to know is this, that there's a lot of opportunities right now to increase your revenue. The problem I see and I run into is that people don't like to do the grunt work, what I call the important work. Why? Because we're so used to everything fast. We want everything automated. We're not very patient people anymore. We want instant gratification. For me, I avoid that. So what I try to do is use the technology that's available to me and complement with what I'm used to doing. And that is cold calling. That is taking call to action. That is communicating with people verbally and physically. So here's what's happening. How do you get qualified leads on your social media platform? To me, it's the easiest place to get qualified leads. Why do I say that? I say that because if people are following you and they're liking your content and they're commenting on your content and they're sharing it, what better lead can you ask for than that? But you have to see that, because everybody's goal on social media, most everybody, because social media is a long-term play, is to be popular, to be recognized. Obviously, branding is important, to be influential. But that's a long-term play. In the meantime, what I do is I go after business. I'm not going to wait for it to come to me. I have to build that. No matter what my past was, no matter how successful I was in the past, this is a different era, a different time, which actually is a better time to accelerate your business. But there's some fundamental principles you need to know. You have to go after the business. If you believe you have something of value and it's in a competitive industry, then it's your duty to stick out like a sore thumb. In other words, stand out different than your competitors. And you have to go out there and get it, especially if you're a young entrepreneur, a new start, a small business, or a young salesperson. What I mean by young, I mean young in the sales industry. You got to go get it. After 30 years, I still go get it. And I still get objections. I still get people doubting what I do. That it doesn't work. But it does. So I'm here to show you that. So let's get into it. Number 1 is Target who your customers will be. Here's what I've learned through cold calling. I used to have automated dollar systems and things like that. What cold calling allows you to do, especially on social media, is you get to learn to target who you want your customers to be and who you want your followers to be. So it's not how many followers you have, it's the quality of the followers you have that could potentially become clients and long-term relationships. That is your job. That is my job. Is it a little bit more work than having automated? Yes. But not every business should be automated. Organic is one of the best ways to build your portfolio, increasing your cash flow. So when you're able to be in a position to be automated, you have a combination of both. Does that make sense? So you have to target who you want your customers to be, who you want your followers to be. Why do I say who do you want your followers to be? Because there's a strategy out there called bots. People buy bots. You pay for a certain amount of dollars for get a certain amount of people to follow you or like you. For me, I don't like that because it's not genuine, it's not real. It's like me talking to myself. And there's no business in that. All it does is inflates your followers to get other real followers. And you don't think they know that? So I keep it simple. More is not always better. Less is more quality, is more valuable, in just my view. Does that make sense? So do yourself a favor. Really think about who you want your customers to be, who is fit for your services or your products. That takes thinking. So that's number one. Number two, I call it discovery, research, and analyze. Again, when you want to target your audience and you want to identify or you have identified who your audience or your customers will be, now this is where the work begins. You have to discover what they have on social media. How is their presence? I know I do that. What do they have? What do they have? What they lack? What do they need? And get in tune with who they are as far as their business. How long they've been in business. How many employees they have. That's part of discovery. That's part of research. Then once you get that data, you start to analyze. If these people on Instagram, on Facebook, on Twitter, LinkedIn, whatever the case may be, everyone has a different strategy. So you analyze that. And then you determine, okay, I want these people here to be my customers. These are potential customers. Now you have a game plan. That's called a plan of attack, which I mentioned in part 2. Does that make sense? Because you want to be prepared. One thing I've learned when I started calling people on social media, the reaction I got was like shocking. Surprised people calling them. I understood why after a while, why that was. Either some of them were using bots as getting people to respond to them or automated responses. So they didn't even know who they were following. They were just paying somebody to do that. So I learned that. I became more effective, more efficient. Now I have more communication, more dialogues with people on Instagram and Facebook and Twitter and LinkedIn. Does that make sense? So remember this. Number 2 is discovery, research, and analyze. Now the third part, this is where people become hesitant. You start the initial call to action. Now typically is when you have a website or you have a posting, you want to make sure that you have enough hook in your content to get people to take call to action, right? So one of the things I've learned, because I'm not influential, I'm not huge on the internet, I do have a decent presence, and I'm not going to wait for the people that like my content or following me or commenting to do a call to action. I'm going to do their job. I'm going to go call them. Because if they like my content and they're sharing my content and they're commenting on my content, what more can I ask for? They're taking a call action to me. My job is to follow up. Does that make sense? But if you don't have the right target customers that you want them to be, and you haven't done your discovery research and analyzed their online presence, what are you going to call them about? What kind of action are you going to talk to them about? Because remember this, when you do call and you take the action, they're in reverse are going to try to sell you their services, right? So you got to be prepared for all that. And every single platform that you have tremendous amount of qualified leads that are ready to buy from you. And what most people do is they don't go after it unless there's an ad. So what I'm trying to teach and show and help you understand that Facebook ads, Instagram ad, and boosting and promoting, there's nothing wrong with that. It works. I get it. What I'm trying to do is complement that. So using your money wisely. So let's say you do a boosting on Facebook and you get, let's say you reach 4,000 people. And let's say you get 200 likes and maybe 20 shares. That's exciting, right? I like people like my content. Where's the business from there? See, the purpose of that is to get recognition. It's to become popular. It's to be known. It's for people to see you. That's good. But why not generate business at the same time? Just something to think about. For me, I've never done a Facebook ad, Instagram ad, a Twitter ad, a YouTube ad. I've never done any boosting or promoting. I go out and I get it. I don't want to fall into that trap. Now, does that mean I won't do it? No, I'm going to eventually do it. But guess what? Bottom line is I want to convert leads into sales. Bottom line, I want to build my relationships. And by building the relationships and getting the right customer, they will help you establish a stronger following and a stronger audience. Does that make sense? That's the best word of mouth you could ever get. Follow me so far? So, something to think about. I hope this has been helpful to you. And I really do hope that you take action on this. Before we leave, again, I want to thank every one of you being part of the Martial Art to Sales. Again, if you're on YouTube and you're watching this, please hit the subscribe button below. If you like it, smash the like button. Do share it with others if you think it'll help other people. And do me a favor, please share your honest comment so that I can continue to make improvements to give you the best quality content I can to help your business. So again, let's recap before we leave. How to get qualified leads on your social media platforms. Number one is target who your customers will be. Number two, discovery, research, and analyze who your customers are, their business. And then number three, you start the initial call to action. And with that being said, I want to wish everyone much success. Till we speak again, I say goodbye for now. Thank you for being part of the Martial Arts of Sales. Have a great day. Talk to you later.